News just coming in. Dushyant Chautala has started his meeting with the JJP MLAs at his residence at Janpath here in New Delhi. They were all sides, both the BJP and the Congress, were reaching out to him, and he had maintained, Dushyant Chautala had maintained that he will take a decision only after the CLP meet, after speaking to his MLA. So that meeting has begun at Janpath. Zeba Varsi is tracking that meeting. Zeba, if you can hear me, anything else that you can add? You know, all the MLAs present, have they indicated what's on their mind?
All the winning MLAs of JJP, all the 10 MLAs, along with the National Executive Party, all the National Executive members of JJP, the core members are present in that meeting, and that meeting is going to be very crucial because all eyes are on Dushyant Chautala and whether he decides to support the BJP or take a risk with the Congress. Now, we have been speaking constantly to all camps. Congress has been maintaining that they are in touch with the independent MLAs, even as Gopal Kanda, who is in a way representing some of these independent MLAs, has vocally supported the BJP, but Congress maintains they are in constant touch with the independent MLAs as well as Dushyant Chautala and the JJP.
Right.
So they are waiting for JJP to make a clear decision, and this CLP meeting is going to hopefully set the record straight, because if there's any chance whatsoever for a non-BJP government, a coalition government with the Congress, JJP and independent MLAs, it is going to be a difficult road, but Congress is still hoping for it, but we'll only know for sure after this meeting that is being chaired by Dushyant Chautala in the national capital.
Right. Do hold on, Zeba, because even as the JJP is meeting, the Congress party is not letting go of its hopes. Dipinder Singh Hooda spoke to CNN News 18 a short while back. Listen in.
संपर्क में भी आप लोग के माध्यम से भी हमने संदेश दिया, हम लोग संपर्क में भी हैं। उनकी आज विधायक दल की उन्होंने बैठक बुलाई है, तो जितना जल्दी वो हो पाएगा मैं समझता हूँ उससे इस मुहिम को तेजी मिलेगी।
अभी होपफुल हैं दीपेंद्र आप कि अभी भी सरकार बन सकती है कांग्रेस की?
प्रयास जारी है। अगर कोई होपफुल नहीं होते तो फिर प्रयास कहाँ कर रहे होते। आपने भी देखा अभी बीच में, इसीलिए हमें समय लग गया, लोगों से निरंतर बातचीत हम लोग।
We are going to form the government. We are going to form the government.
सर शपथ कब होगी आपकी?
नहीं जा रहे भाई साहब यार, क्यों? ये पहली बार कर रहे हो क्या वैसे?
So that's Manohar Lal Khattar at Haryana Bhavan. He's, I think, after his meeting with some of the leaders, has just left the Haryana Bhavan. If I'm not mistaken, he's on his way to meet JP Nadda. That meeting was expected in just a bit. Payal Mehta is keeping a close eye on the development.
सर शपथ कब होगी आपकी?
नहीं जा रहे भाई साहब यार, ये पहली बार कर रहे हो क्या? हाँ, पहली बार कर रहे हो क्या भाई?
Proceeded. Payal, if Payal Mehta is there, if I can get her on the broadcast. Payal, he's going to meet JP Nadda?
Yes, Manohar Lal Khattar has just in fact left from Haryana Bhavan. He's going to meet JP Nadda. He's going to have one important round of meeting with JP Nadda. If our sources are to be believed, then Anil Jain, who's the fulcrum around which the entire matter is revolving, is also going to be present at that meeting at Nadda's house as well. And like we've been reporting, that Amit Shah does not need to come into the picture right now. Amit Shah will only come into the picture at the later stage as well. These negotiations, these talks, etc. are happening right now. But Manohar Lal Khattar just spoke to us very briefly, and he said, I'm very confident that we'll form the government, because we asked him whether he was confident that they'll form the government. The sense that the BJP in Haryana is getting is that they're very comfortable. They have the requisite numbers as well. They're just about 5 or 6 that they require, but they have an overwhelming number present. That's exactly what they want to really establish as well. So what we're told is that Manohar Lal Khattar will...
सर गोपाल कांडा का समर्थन जरूरी है, गोपाल कांडा का समर्थन जरूरी है सर क्या गोपाल कांडा का समर्थन क्यों ले रहे हैं आप गोपाल कांडा का समर्थन क्यों ले रहे हैं सर गोपाल कांडा का समर्थन क्यों ले रहे हैं सर?
हाँ जल्दी आइए जल्दी। जयपाल सर
From outside Haryana Bhavan, Manohar Lal Khattar has just left the Haryana Bhavan. He's going to meet JP Nadda. He was repeatedly asked about why the government formation is dependent on Gopal Kanda's support. Media, they're asking about Gopal Kanda's tainted past, the cases against him, and asking Manohar Lal Khattar repeatedly why is it so important to take Gopal Kanda's support. But Payal, if you're still there with us, all talks of propriety aside, the fact is leaders like Gopal Kanda right now are in the position of being a kingmaker. Without their support, it will be difficult for Manohar Lal Khattar to get sworn in again as the Chief Minister.
Well, of course, yes, it's very, very important because, you know, you have Gopal Kanda, who's one of those key kingpins as well. Around him, everybody else is revolving. Now, Gopal Kanda was something that someone that the BJP pursued through their Goa chief. Now, that particular pursuit now in Gopal Kanda is now helping them get further dividends as well, because Gopal Kanda is, we are given to understand, bringing in more and more people along with him as well, something which the BJP is really looking at. The BJP is looking at least 5 or 6 numbers to stand in a comfortable majority in terms of comfortable numbers as well. Because like they've been saying that the Congress party is also trying to get in touch with the MLAs, but the independent MLAs certainly have a mind of their own, and the BJP is basically banking on the fact that most of these MLAs who are independent right now have been because of the fallout with the government, with the Congress party. Now this is a very interesting repeat. You know, in 2009 you saw a similar situation pan out in the state of Haryana as well. That is when Bhupinder Singh Hooda's fates were at stake. Exactly the same situation, the experts say, and exactly the same numbers of sorts. So that's really what the BJP really wants to do. The BJP wants to weigh its options very carefully. They have very categorically and very systematically chosen not to negotiate with the JJP. Repeatedly we've been saying the BJP does not like parties who make demands or who want to come on board with a specific set of demands, because the BJP feels that they are in a commanding position both in Haryana and in both in Haryana as well as in Maharashtra as well. In particular in Haryana, where they have 40 seats to themselves. So clearly all these independent MLAs definitely will be expecting to at least get some share of the success, at least get some share of the pie. But what do they really get is something which remains to be seen. But all these MLAs who have come and spoken to the media have all come out and said just one thing. It seems the script has been well rehearsed, and they've been saying that we are giving unconditional support to the BJP. We do not have any demands. But you know, there's no free lunch in politics. We all know that, Arunima. So obviously they don't want to become an MLA just for the heck of it. They definitely will want at least some sort of a ministership, etc. But what is the BJP going to give them? How are they going to negotiate on that front? And you know, let me tell our viewers that JP Nadda is known to be someone who's a very, very hard negotiator. In the past also, when you've had issues concerning such an issue, when MLAs have to be, you know, either brought in or, you know, have to be brought in on board, it has always more than often been JP Nadda's task to get that happening. Yeah, even though he's the working president right now, but JP Nadda is a hard negotiator for the party, and something which the party really banks on him for. So he's the one who's doing the negotiations right now. Of course, Anil Jain joining him over there, because Anil Jain knows the reality on ground. He's been someone.
All right, just a second, Payal. Zeba Varsi is speaking to Dipinder Hooda. Let's just listen.
The people of Haryana have given a mandate against the BJP, and it's important to respect that mandate, and all the independent MLAs and the smaller parties should see that, and we should all come together to form a government. That's what we are hoping for.
But the numbers are not really favouring you, and Gopal Kanda says that all the independent MLAs are already with the BJP. So for you to form a government, a coalition government, you will need the support of the JJP as well as the independent MLAs. Do you see that happening?
We are trying to honor the mandate of the people, and we are trying our best. We are in touch with certain MLAs as well as we are in touch with the parties, and we are going to try.
All right, just because Dushyant Chautala is meeting his MLAs right now in the national capital, what would you like to tell him?
No, we already have invited their support. All the issues can be discussed when we sit together and talk. We are in touch with them, and we are hopeful for a positive.
All right. Thank you so much for speaking to CNN News18. That was Dipinder Singh Hooda. And Arunima, you heard that. They are in constant touch, they say, with the JJP and some of the independent MLAs, and they will be needing both of them. But even as we speak to them now, they continue to maintain what they've been saying, since yesterday, that they are hopeful of forming the government. But that crucial meeting that's taking place at 10 Janpath in the national capital by Dushyant Chautala and all his winning MLAs, that is what is going to set the record straight. And we'll keep getting you all the updates from here.
Right, Zeba. Thanks so much. Stay on with us because we will be analysing the story further. Pallavi Ghosh, our senior editor politics, also with us on the broadcast. Pallavi, I do want to analyse with you the meeting that Mr. Chautala is holding at the moment. To use a cricketing analogy, timing is of a lot of essence. Do you think a lot of time has been wasted by JJP and Gopal Kanda has now taken that kingmaker's position that Mr. Chautala was hoping for?
In fact, this is exactly what Congress sources have been telling us, and we put this out quite some time back. The Congress, of course, feels, and the Hooda certainly feel, that when that open appeal was made by the Congress party to the JJP to come on board to form a government as an alternative to the BJP, the JJP seemed to come across as a party which was buying time, leaving it to, holding a meeting with their party MLAs and with the other party leaders. And that, according to Congress, means that the JJP was actually giving sufficient time to the independents to hop across to what they felt was a winning side. And in this case, certainly the BJP comes across as a winning side. So if there's a possibility that the independents could come along with the JJP and the Congress, that opportunity was clearly lost. It's also very clear that Congress clearly wants to blame the JJP on this, though they're not going to say this very openly, but behind closed doors, this is their complaint, this is their worry and apprehension that if Dushyant Chautala had come out with a categorical assurance that he's not going to join hands with the BJP, he's going to join hands with the Congress party, then perhaps it would have been easier for the independents to be wooed by both the Congress as well as the JJP.
But do you think JJP is now still weighing its option of supporting the Bharatiya Janata Party, leaving Congress completely high and dry?
If you look at the Gopal Kanda experience, Marunima, one thing we know is that one of the first things which is compromised in politics, your policies, is your philosophy, ideology. So if those who are going to say that JJP just cannot go all because it was an anti-BJP vote, that experience, those who cover politics and observe politics, they do realize that, Arundhima, that is a very false kind of a conclusion to come to. So in politics, just about anything is possible. JJP giving some kind of a semblance of support to the BJP government while also trying to contain and protect its vote bank. That's also an option which is not ruled out. And in fact, behind closed doors, many a senior Congress leader who come from Haryana, who are a part of the strategy, they also accept the possibility that we don't rule out the chances of a JJP giving a semblance of support to the BJP if the BJP does really require it.
Right, Pallavi, do hold on because there's some breaking news coming in as far as the BJP camp is concerned.